viewers and panelists. Project Talk is PropTiger's initiative to apprise the home buyers about what is in the market and crucial information you need to know before making an investment. I'm Sneha Sharan, your host for the day, and we have a distinguished panel with us today. I'm joined by Mr. Prakash Yadav, Director, Sales, Marketing and PD at Indus Group. Welcome.
Hi.
Mr. Ravi Indrakanti is Senior VP at Indus Group. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Mr. Abhilash is Sales Manager at Indus. And from PropTiger, we have the City Head for Hyderabad, Mr. Pratyush Singh. Warm welcome to all my panelists.
Hello, everyone.
So the project in focus today is OneCity in Kukatpally and Viva City in Kondapur by Incor Infrastructure. Before we begin, I'd like Mr. Yadav and Mr. Singh to give us a brief introduction of the companies they're representing. Starting with you, Mr. Yadav.
Hi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to you all for this webinar session on two of our projects. So let me start with a small brief of our company, Indus, which was either to some 6 months back. It was Incor. So we had this transition of, it is a transition of name. Nothing has changed. And this company has, we have 4 projects, running projects in the city. PBL City, which is almost like 7-8 years old project where 1,800 families are living. The project is up and running. And another something like 700-800 customers would join us shortly in a year or two. So it's on land size of 25 acres. Construction is being done by L&T. That's a fabulous project, and it has made a mark for itself in that particular area. Now coming to OneCity, this is in the heart of the city, which is Kukatpally. Kukatpally at one point in time was the biggest residential hub in Asia, something like 15-20 years back. Today if you see, its location-wise, I think it is the best because you got best of the both worlds. While you are grounded in an area which is surrounded by all of the social infrastructure, like hospitals. We have about at least 10 to 15 hospitals which are 100 beds and more. And a couple of big corporates hospitals are coming up, like Yashoda and 1 or 2 more huge size hospitals, like 500 bed hospitals and 1,000 bed hospitals. And it's connected with the Hitech City railway station, which is just about a half a kilometer from our site. And on the other side, we have the metro at JNTU. And schools, colleges, you name it. The mall, the Prestige Forum Mall, one of the most famous malls in the city, is also just right across. And we'll be coming up with our own mall adjoining our property. So this project has been launched some 4 years back. We have delivered 2 towers here. Total number of apartments are 1,350. We have sold almost like 1,000 of them. And we have product ready to move in, about something like 70-80 in towers ABC. And also we have product in 2 relatively new towers, which will be handed over one in probably 1.5 years from now and other in 2.5 years from now. So this is also, the construction is being done by Tata Projects. And we have a kind of an affordable project of 2 BHKs in Kompally, which is on the other side of the city. There again, we have sold more than 50%, and there JMC is a construction contractor. And a new baby project, which we have launched some 6 months back, but we have already sold close to 60% of the phase 1, or more than that, 70% of the phase 1. Which is called Viva City in Kondapur. Kondapur is the most happening place in the city, very close to financial district and also Hitech City, and the happening places of Gachibowli, and the connectivity is also superb. So as you can see, the strength of this company has been, like it could be a cliche, but we have done it time and again. We go pretty meticulously about everything. We have spent substantial time in PBL City for almost like 4 to 5 years, doing a different kind of marketing and reaching out to people and bringing L&T on board, and you know, then we have started to hand over. After we handed over 3-4 towers, then we moved on to our next project. And as you can see, we deal with the best. Be it be a construction company like we outsource construction, L&T for PVL City, and Tata for Tata Projects for OneCity, and JMC for Viva City and Viva City. So we deal with the best. And likewise, we have best of the fund houses. So we don't have any, I mean, typically, we don't, I mean, the construction keeps happening irrespective of whether sales are happening or not. In our company, I mean, Touchwood, we do clock good numbers. But what I'm trying to say is we are backed by strong financial houses like Brookfield, IDFC, and Piramil. So we don't have any, I mean, issues with respects to funds for construction. So that's the reason we deliver on time. And as I said, our construction partners also take care of that. I mean, they have to take care of their reputation. They are the big names in the industry, L&T and Tata and James. And also we deal with best of the creative agencies like JWT, which is now named as WT. And you name them, and I mean, even the organization, it's a, the people here, I mean, I myself, I'm here for the last 5 years, and we have thoroughbred professionals in this company. It's a very lean organization, but very efficient and very capable people. And all our endeavor is to serve the end customer. I think, I mean, this is my first webinar, thanks to PropTiger. The times have changed. I think this is the way I can probably, we can all meet diverse people sitting in different geographies. And, I think
Thank you,
COVID has, COVID has taught us some new and better things. I will not take much of time, and I leave it to Pratyush to take it from over here. And whenever I need to pitch in, I'll do pitch in. And if there are any questions, queries, I'll be too glad to answer. Pratyush, please take over.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. I am Pratyush Singh and from PropTiger. To give a brief about PropTiger, we are India's leading online real estate platform, and with a dedicated team of more than 500 relationship managers spread across the country. PropTiger is a part of Elara Technologies, and which owns brands like Makaan.com and Housing.com, all our family. We launched in January 2011, and we have expanded to 9 cities till now with more than 18 offices. And also we have already helped more than 25,000 customers in buying properties across the country. So, we help our customers in their buying approach from start, from their home search to the very end. We assist them with their home loans and also in their property registrations also. We believe that buying a home is an important investment, and we turn it into their safest and best deal at PropTiger.com. That's a small brief about PropTiger. I think Nehal can take it forward from here.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. So the project in focus today is OneCity in Kukatpally and Viva City in Kondapur by Incor Infrastructure. Now let me show you why these areas in Hyderabad continue to enjoy buyers' attention over the years. Here's a small video for all our viewers.
Incor, the makers of PBEL City projects, having more than 1,800 customers, now present one more flagship project. Welcome to OneCity. Given its proximity to both Hitech City, Financial District, and all of the relevant and much required social infrastructure, strategically located in the most sought-after KPHB Hitech City road stretch. At a stone's throw from the Forum Mall and Manjira Mall, the JNTU and the L&T Metro being just about 2 kilometers from the site. Besides the IT hub, which is within 2 kilometers distance, there are a plethora of institutions, hospitals, restaurants, retail, entertainment in the neighborhood. Indeed, OneCity boasts of an unbeatable location. How about living in a luxury gated community with 80% open space left for the green environment, which could invite the birds to chirp and fresh oxygen to hover? Now, this is surely unique for one and all, isn't it? With 5 residential apartment towers of 27 to 32 floors. The project is thoughtfully designed. We have planned a parking with a direct basement entry, which will avoid the congestion problem with respect to parking. OneCity has also the unique plan of a bus bay for school children, which means children wouldn't have to go outside to board their buses. A spectacular lobby awaits you, which is elegant and double-heighted with granite flooring and lobby wall cladding with granite as per the design. High-speed automatic passenger lifts and service lift are at your service. With 100% generator power backup, the 2 and 3 BHK apartments are well planned to suit. OneCity has exciting amenities, from a uniquely planned adventure play area to a jogging track and cycle track around 1 kilometer, clubhouse having indoor gymnasium, badminton court with viewer stands, squash courts with viewer stands, cricket, multi-purpose court, a half basketball court. There are multi-purpose halls, recreational lawns, yoga and meditation center, outdoor gymnasium, swimming pool, and toddler's pool. In totality, at Incor, ahead of its time venture, which has been most thoughtfully designed. It's time to be the one. Incor OneCity.
A very coveted lifestyle indeed. I'm sure our viewers would like to know more. So we'll quickly move on to the questions now. My first question is for you, Mr. Indrakanti. Tell us, how is this location as an investment destination and what is the development like? I'd also like Mr. Abhilash to go through the Kukatpally and Kondapur. So both of you can answer and tell us about the different localities.
Thank you. Uh, uh, First of all, let me congratulate PropTiger on coming up with this kind of a very interactive and useful webinar. That's point number one. Point number two is I welcome all the viewers of PropTiger. Thank you so much for coming on and trying to understand what we have to offer to you as our esteemed customers. All right. The project OneCity, if you look at this as a project, this is absolutely coming up as a kind of landmark destination or landmark in KPHP, on KPHP Hitech City main road. If you look at this destination KPHP Hitech City main road, this is probably one of the most matured residential corridor today in Hyderabad. Mr. Prakash took us through the social in and around the KPHP Hitech City main road. In fact, we have got the best of social fabric in close proximity to OneCity project. We have got Hyderabad's biggest mall at stone's throw away. We have got the prestigious institution JNTU, which is 2.5 kilometers away from the project site and the community site. We have got a railway station, which is just a kilometer away from the project site. We have got doctors colony where close to 300 doctors practice from this location. We have got best of hospitals around. So in terms of social fabric, I would say this is one of the most matured corridor in Hyderabad and very well developed and dense residential corridor. As far as project OneCity is concerned, we are developing a self-contained master plan gated community, and this gated community will see a mixed development. This is started in 2016. We are building commercial, we are building residential. So this would be kind of absolute self-contained gated community wherein we are building close to 1,368 apartments, which would range from 1208 square foot to 1931 square foot, which are going to be 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. We are also coming up with a state-of-art clubhouse, which is going to be close to 42,000 square foot, which will have an indoor swimming pool, badminton courts, state-of-art gymnasium, function hall, to name many. And this project is constructed by Tata. We have brought Tata on board as contractors, who is going to bring in value and quality to the table, and we are sure this would turn up and come up as one of the most sought after property in this corridor. And that's the gist about the project, and we can go into details as we come up with questions or from you.
All right. We'd like to proceed then with our next question in terms of price movement as also inventory movement. How does the location fare?
Yes. As I said, KPHP Hitech City is one of the fastest growing corridor. In fact, it's already a kind of matured corridor. In last 2-3 years, if you look at the price points, let me cover on two fronts. One is on the land prices, and the other one is on the apartment and homes front. As far as land prices are concerned, I would say it has grown exponentially. The land prices at KPHP Hitech City has gone up significantly. To give you an example, I mean, these are estimated numbers. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, an acre of land at KPHP Hitech City used to cost around 35 to 40 crore rupees. Today, the same land parcel is costing at around 65 to 70 crore rupees per acre. So that's the kind of growth this corridor has seen in terms of price. Apartments also has seen a significant increment on the return on investment front. If we were to compare, let us take OneCity as an example. We have launched this in 2016, and we have launched this project at around 5,000 rupees per square foot. Today, we are selling this project at around 7,000 rupees per square foot. So in 4 years, the property has seen close to 2,000 rupees per square foot increment, which I would say is a phenomenal growth on the price front. And I'm sure every buyer who bought with us are extremely happy on their return on investment front. Having said that, I would also want to give you the confidence on the product front as well. The product also is shaping up extremely well and good. We are building 5 towers in this community. This is on the residential front. These 5 towers will comprise close to 1368 apartments, and these 5 towers will have 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. We have delivered 2 towers in this project, which are A and B. We are constructing Tower C. Tower C construction is in full swing, and it is ready to be delivered by end of this year. And we have got another 2 towers, E and D, which are in progress, and they would be delivered as well in next 2 years. So we are aiming to exit this project by 2022. That's our goal. By end of 2022, we are aiming to exit this project and hand it over to the resident community. And we are 100% confident that this community would be one of the most thriving communities in and around KPHP Hitech City Main Road.
Most definitely. Mr. Abhilash, would you also want us to walk us through the Kondapur based project?
So first I'd like
investment potential like and
hello. Sneha, can you hear me?
yeah, you are audible, Mr. Abhilash.
A bit about the Kondapur as a location, and then I'd move on to Viva City project as a location. So basically, Kondapur as a location is now being considered as one of the top 10 real estate hotspots in the country itself. And this is something which has been published in the newspaper quite a few days ago. And one, infrastructure is pretty well developed. Point number 2 is connectivity to various parts of the island with all the convenient mode of transports available. Point number 3 is best of the healthcare and major corporate companies accessibility. So if we are about to, I'm sure we are going to present that PPT which I've sent it. So it is very clearly explained in the PPT there. And then moving on to Viva City as a project, the location of Viva City, point number one, every home buyer wants to have a home in a prime location, yet away from all the hustle bustle of the city and all the pollution. But not many projects will have that strategic advantage on location. But here in Viva City, that is our primary USP. It's just 7 to 8 minutes from the Kottaguda and Gachibowli main road. And this drive is just from beside the Botanical Garden Road. So this will give you the feeling of tranquility while you're driving, and then the joy of going back home after a hectic day. So the commute time from the main road to the project is just 7 to 8 minutes, and then it is in from just beside the Botanical Garden Road. So you'll have that joy of driving away from work to your home. So Viva City definitely it's a very strategic location in terms of this.
Thank you, Mr. Abhilash. We'll move on to the next question. Now, Team Incor, who is your target audience for both these projects, and which age group is most active when it comes to buying a property here, especially in these micro markets?
So I'll go. We have a major source of customers from the IT industry and a few customers from the service class. We have lawyers, we have doctors, we have chartered accountants also. And then the age group which we have found to be active in terms of purchasing a property in our communities is anywhere between 38 to 53, 54 years.
Yeah, yeah. OneCity on KPHP Hitech City main road has seen a mixed, customer groups. We have got professionals, we have got IT, we have got businessmen. So it's a kind of matured market, as I said. So it's a developed residential corridor. So we have seen all walks of professionals and other groups coming in and making purchase. But largely, yes, IT and information technology related industry customers are a large chunk of our customers, and and we have also got professionals as well as our customers in this property.
Thank you. My next question was about the available units and size of these units, but you've already answered that. So may I now move on to the next segment, that is the project presentation. May I request both Mr. Abhilash and Mr. Indrakanti to go through the presentation.
The snapshot of the project. If we move on to the next slide. Yeah, so location Kondapur, and then the land extent of this project is 8.15 acres, and we're constructing a total number of 6 towers. And then each tower is only ground plus 9 floors. So this is not a high-rise building. And then the total number of units in this community is only 628. And then the unit types we have is 2 and 3 BHKs. And yes, it is a RERA registered property. And the possession is by 2023 June. So this is the snapshot, and then this is the location. So the location of Viva City, which is highlighted in maroon there on the top. So as in when you get off the Kottaguda Gachibowli main road at the Sharad City Capital Mall, you drive for 2 kilometers on the Botanical Garden Road, and then just after crossing Chittak International, you'll take a ride there, and after crossing Arbor International, with in another 150 meters, you find this project location. And yes, I was just saying about the Kondapur infrastructure. The commute for any customer who is buying a property in Viva City, commute is the last thing to worry about. So the closest metro stations to our property is Hitech City and Miapur, both. And then the closest MMTS stations are Hafizpet and Chandanagar. And of course, it is also by road also it is pretty well connected. One way you get access to the Bombay, and then another road you connect to the Kottaguda Gachibowli main road, and then the back side of the road connects you to the University of Hyderabad and Kukatpally. And then, of course, you have very good number of corporate companies and IT parks in the location. You have good schools and educational institutions, and then Sharad City Mall, AMB cinemas, Botanical Garden, Shilparamam, Palapita Cycling Park in close proximity. And this is as far as the entertainment and recreation are concerned. And then best of the hospitals are also in and around. KIMS, KIG, or best of the hospitals are there in the proximity of the location. And this is the master plan of the community. Like I said, 8.15 acres, only 6 towers are being constructed. So as you see, the towers painted in pink, slight orange and green. Tower A, Tower C, and Tower E. These are up for sale right now. B, D, and F would be launched as phase two in quite some time. So A, C, and E, we have sold already one third of the apartments, and we've got a response. And then, as you see, the clubhouse, which is centrally located, this is the USP of this project. We are constructing a clubhouse of 40 to 45,000 square foot, which will house all the best of the amenities. Like you have a state-of-the-art gym, badminton courts, squash courts, whatnot. Everything is clubhouse. And this is how the clubhouse elevation looks like. Yeah. So this is the view of the outdoor amenities from the tower. So if you look at the tennis court or the half basketball court or the children's play area, and then this is how the towers would look like. This is the night view basically. So I just wanted to showcase this in the presentation. And then this is another shot of the clubhouse from a different angle. This is the picture of the tower again. So yeah, so now I'd like to talk a bit about the sizes of the flats that we have. So in 2 BHK, there's only one size for a 2 BHK, which is 1475 square foot. And 3 BHK, we have three different sizes available: 1955 SFT, 2135, and 255. Like I said, we've sold one third of the apartments in the phase one already, and the one feedback which we have been constantly hearing from the customers is about the unit plans. So everybody who has come to view this property, and once they've seen the unit plans, nobody has raised any query, or nobody has any more doubts as far as the unit plans are concerned. So unit plans have come up really well. 2 BHKs and 3 BHKs, both of them are getting sold equally. And then the second thing is about the units and land area. This is another USP, which I just said: 8.15 acres and only 628 units. So the density is pretty less by any means. So usually what happens is, whenever a gated community is being developed, per acre, 100 to 140 or 130 units is the standard. But then if you do the calculations here, in 8.15 acres, it is only 628 flats. So it is hardly 75 to 80 flats per. So basically, as a customer, you feel that sense of peace and sense of security when you walk around the. And it is a G plus 9 with 2 levels of basement parking. And also the prices for a 2 BHK starts from 95 lakhs, and 3 BHK starts from 1.25 CR. And what I just said, these excluding taxes. Yeah, so this is a little presentation about Viva. Your voice is breaking, Sneha. We can't hear you.
Sneha, I think your mic is off. Yeah.
We'll move on. We've already started receiving a lot of audience questions now. I'd quickly like to move over to the questions. What is the average price of property in Kukatpally and Kondapur? What will be the capital appreciation in your project in the next 3 to 4 years?
Yeah. Let me give you the uh, let me give you the direction of OneCity in terms of price appreciation. OneCity has already seen a significant appreciation. I was mentioning this a while ago. We have started at 5,000 rupees per square foot in KPHP on KPHP Hitech City main road, and today the price points are at around close to 7,000 rupees per square foot. So in last 4 years, we have seen close to 3,000 rupee increment. I'm sorry, 2,000 rupee increment in terms of price appreciation. And as a corridor also, this is seeing a significant increment on return on investment front. As far as OneCity in particular is concerned, we are looking at an average price of around 8,200 to 8,500 rupees when we exit. And when I say that, probably by 2022 or 2023, early 2023, this property should see close to 8,200 to 8,500 rupees per square foot. But then that's an assumptive number. What I'm mentioning here. But then the trend speaks for it, because as I said, we started at 5,000, we are already at 7,000 today. And in next 2-3 years, reaching 8,200, 8,500 should not be a difficult one. In fact, if you look at the new projects in and around Kukatpally, they've already started launching at around 6,000. The new launches, which I'm talking about, are at around 6,200 to 6,500 rupees per square foot. So when a developer launches a new project at 6,200 to 6,500 rupees per square foot, their average realization or their exit price after 4-5 years would definitely be at around 8,000 to 9,000 rupees per square foot. So that's the confidence what we have as far as this project is concerned. And we are sure, as a corridor, as a city, we are seeing a lot of infrastructure development, a lot of growth prospects, a lot of companies are coming into Hyderabad. Hyderabad as a city is being seen as the most sought after destination in India at this point in time. The city is growing fast, and this corridor, Kukatpally Hitech City, and Kukatpally is one of the most developed corridors in the city. So we are very bullish, we are very positive, and we are very optimistic about the growth prospects for Kukatpally as well as project OneCity.
The next question we've received is from Mohanan Reddy, who is asking, can I do a virtual tour of this property? If I'm interested, can PropTiger help me with assistance such as home loan and documentation? Mr. Singh, would you want to answer that?
Yeah, as already told that we are the leading online real estate portal. We provide home buyers a full stack of services from online search to assistant with transaction. So we will help it out in terms of the question what the guy has asked, and that is absolutely without any charge. We will provide a virtual tour, and all these services we don't charge anybody anything from our customers.
Thank you.
Where is Mr. Mohan Reddy from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next question is from Durai Pandi. Do you offer any price protection to customers who are booking a property now? What is the booking value? Will there be a refund? Mr. Yadav, would you want to address that?
Truly, I think these are not normal times. That's the reason this trend has picked up. I mean, customers have this apprehension. I can appreciate that, but yet you're not going to see any price drops across all of the projects, across all of the developers. The major reason being, we might get out of COVID, but what is going to happen is the costs of labor has gone up and it is going to stay there. So now we are looking at migrant laborers returning back. Now at all of our projects, we are operating with 50% of the construction workers. I mean, again, thanks to our reputed construction companies who have taken good care of them. So that's the reason we have about 50 to 60% of the workers working with us. But yet the balance of the workers also need to get back. And everywhere we have been seeing, I mean, this is resulting in the hike in the cost of construction. Also the materials which we use. I mean, predominantly cement and steel. Everybody knows it's about say 20-25% of the total cost of the project. So we have seen just in the 1.5 month, after the lockdown, prices have shot up by at least say 20% in case of both cement and steel, which are the major ingredients. Likewise, you name any product, it's going to go up because a lot of labor, the informal labor, is involved in each of these manufacturing facilities. So, I mean, the cost of any apartment is primarily two. one is the land. Land prices, if our esteemed audience are from Hyderabad, majority of them, they'll appreciate that during the last 1 year, the land prices have more than doubled, tripled the happening areas of Hyderabad. That is the Western Corridor, be it with the Chigoni, say Kondapur or Kukatpally or whatsoever. So, for example, as Ravi has mentioned, some 4 years back, the land price here at Kukatpally was about say 25 crores an acre. Now it has moved up to say 75 crores an acre. So, not many companies are going to buy land at that cost and do a residential project in areas like Kukatpally. So that's the reason I think people should bet their rupee or dollar on this location. I mean, it is no or never. The prices, any new person were to, any new company were to acquire land over here and start constructing. I mean, if they were to launch a project now, they can't launch anything less than 7,000 rupees a square. As again, my colleague had said, then if you're launching something at 7,000 rupees a square feet, your exit price has to be somewhere around 10,000 rupees a square feet. And you have to arrive on an average, or you have to realize an average of at least some 8,000, 8,500 rupees a square feet. Otherwise, it doesn't make business sense. Forget terms again on the Excel sheet. You can't see, companies can't make decision of going ahead with those projects. Yes, I mean, having given a brief key, the prices are not going to come down. But yet, okay, anybody who wants to, I can understand. I mean, we can all of us can empathize with the customer sentiment today. We are also customer buying some product or the other. Uh, yes, there could be a cause of concern. Yes, we'll give you. You need not worry. We'll give you whatever price protection. We'll provide you with that.
Thank you. I think you have answered Nitin Reddy Tirutani's question also, who was asking how does Corona effect come in near future, as well as Chaitanya Bharani Kumar's question, who was asking us, would this be right time to invest in real estate being an end user? So we'll move on to the next
I'll
question
put this
now.
question.
How is water supply and other amenities in both these projects? This is a question coming in from Kirtana Vishwanath.
Okay. So let me answer the question regarding to water. I mean, I'm not talking about only Indus as a company and our projects, but Hyderabad, luckily, as a destination, thanks to the current government, which got singularly focused on one activity, which is, providing water to the city. The mission Bhagirath has helped, and people who are from this particular city or who are from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, they'll very well appreciate, because this is in the public domain. I mean, project reservoir after reservoir is getting inaugurated, and we don't see any dearth of water supply for the city. I mean, it is coming from all the directions, be it Godavari or Krishna or Manjira. And like Kukatpally, we have got the water connection, the municipal water connection, and it is Godavari, and we have been assured of adequate quantities. We don't see any problem. I mean, as I've said, this question, I'll take it on behalf of all of the developers of Hyderabad. I mean, none of the projects in future is going to see any water problem. So that has been the singular great achievement of them. And I'm not making any political statement, but somebody has done something, it needs to be appreciated. This government has addressed this particular problem. They have addressed two major, things which make or break a metropolitan city. One is water, other is electricity. Electricity also, we have 24 by 7 electricity. Otherwise also, the residential gated communities of our size, we have adequate backup in terms of the diesel generators with a adequate kind of capacity which they have. Any other question?
Yeah, she was also inquiring. One of our viewer was inquiring about the amenities. I mean, as an organization in this, if you look at the organization philosophy or the approach in terms of building residential developments, we are very clear and we are very focused um, uh, with respect to what we need to build and what has to be the kind of product mix which we want to position or give it to customers. If you look at all our projects, all the four projects which Mr. Prakash has mentioned a while ago, could it be VB City, Viva City, OneCity, or a PBL City? These are all self-contained master plan gated communities. When I say this, each one of this community has uh, uh, the complete infrastructure built within the community to serve, cater the resident families. Starting from the play areas to clubhouse to all other infrastructures. Everything is available within the community. OneCity, in fact, as I said a while ago, has got close to 50,000 square foot clubhouse, which will have everything within the clubhouse. Starting from the gymnasium to supermarket, a function hall, a badminton courts, half basketball courts, some open play areas, amphitheater. So we try to bring every possible feature and amenity within the community so that once the resident comes back from work, they need not step out of the community to access anything. So today, that's being the priority because the lifestyles have changed. The needs and priorities and wants and aspirations of the buyers have also changed. So considering them and taking them into consideration, all our projects, in fact, has got a great infrastructure on amenities front as well as on other utilities fronts in place. And we are proud to service our esteemed customers on that front.
Thank you. Here's a question from Soman Dhyanashekaran, who's asking, I'm a single parent looking to buy a property in your project. Please tell me about the security in the project and in Kukatpally where it is located.
Yeah. The beauty about envisaging and building and completing master plan communities are, number one, any and every most of the gated communities uh, are are are, uh, are built with the prime focus as safety and security. Uh, these are 100% compounded. Surveillance is 24/7, 365 days. If you look at OneCity, we have got close to 78 cameras installed. Installed within the property to just make sure every human movement is tracked, every minute details are captured, and this is completely compounded. And we have got a security in place, the security guards at the strategic locations, at the main entrance, at the lobbies, at the lift areas. Every possible area is being covered with humans as well as cameras. So the gated communities primarily, will take care of this kind of, concern. Our customers can be very confident about making a purchase with us on this front. I mean, their safety is our priority, and we took care of everything at OneCity, and we will continue to take care of that aspect as far as our projects are concerned.
Thank you. There's a question coming in from Vincent Gowda, who's asking, is Kukatpally a good area when it comes to rental returns? I'm planning to invest in a 3 BHK solely for rental proceeds.
Yeah. Kukatpally, in fact, is one of the most sought after location, as I said. The proximity to IT corridor, the proximity to other prominent locations like railway station or the main city or airport road is very convenient. Hence, this is definitely the most sought after location today in Hyderabad. If I were to give you a kind of ballpark numbers as far as rentals are concerned, today, Kukatpally, any gated community for a 3-bedroom apartment, the owners are getting close to 45 to 50,000 rupees based on the size of the apartment and also the kind of interiors they have done. So the return on investment and rentals are very decent and very good compared to other corridors in the city.
Thank you. Abhilash, would you want us to walk us through the returns that we can expect in Kondapur?
So today in Kondapur, the average rental return in a forget about a gated community, even in a standalone apartment. So it is 15 to 18,000 for a 2 BHK and 20 to 23,000 for a 3 BHK, and we're talking about a standalone building here. So
Okay.
when you have gated communities like ourselves, Viva City or some prominent gated community with all the facilities and then safety and security and everything else in place. So the average rental for a 2 BHK would be between 25 to 28,000, and for a 3 BHK it would be somewhere between 30 to 34,000. And again, it depends. If the flat is fully furnished, the rental value would even go up. So
Okay.
this is the average rental to take this.
Thank you. What are the facilities that you offer for young couples with small kids? This is a question from Rohan Agarwal, Delhi.
Okay. The young couple who aspire to buy a home in any gated community would primarily look at the following. Number one is safety. We have just covered it. Number two, uh, their children and their safety, as well as their playtime, and as well as uh, their neighbors. That's also the most important thing which a young couple will look at. And the third most important thing the couple will also look at is return on investment, because they are investing in some property at a very young age. They will also want to know what would be the kind of return when they want to really dispose in need, or they want to upgrade to a bigger apartment, or a different project. So they will also look at these things. So safety, yes, we have covered. OneCity definitely take care of all the safety issues as far as our residents are concerned. For the children, physical and mental activities are most important thing for any young couple who has children. As I said, we have got state-of-art clubhouse, which has got gymnasium, which has got badminton courts, which has swimming pool, which has play areas and open areas as well. In fact, if you look at OneCity, 70% of the project is open to sky. So we have got a lot of open space within the project. In fact, the minimum distance between tower to tower is close to 40 feet. It ranges even 70 feet between some towers. So there's a lot of openness in the community. It is very well spread out. The children would like to would love to play, and then they need open areas and spaces to enjoy this kind of lifestyle, and we aptly have it at OneCity. Not just that alone. Uh, Let me cover on two other elements as well. If you look at the video presentation, we have got the bus bay as well created for the families. The prime, this is a very well thought over element, and this project in fact is a thoughtfully designed project on that front. We wanted the podium, especially the podium, to be vehicle free. We do not want any vehicle to play on the podium and risk any child's life or endanger any human being. So we are very clear about it. We designed in such a way that all our podium areas are completely vehicle free. No vehicle is allowed onto the podium, and it is left for the families and children to play and enjoy those amenities and facilities. And we have exclusively created a bus bay which would help the resident community to bring their children and assist them to board into their respective school buses. So the bus bay is going to take care of their school needs and their bus needs. They don't have to walk onto the main road and again encounter the traffic and face problems. So we have aptly designed these two elements, which would bring in a lot of comfort, safety for our esteemed customers.
Thank you. Let me remind our viewers that for those of you who would have missed the presentation, can revisit our social media handle and see the recording once again for the benefit. We'll move on to the next question. This is from Mr. Singh. We are looking for assistance from PropTiger to help us buy a 2 BHK in this project. What will the charges be? Are there any hidden costs? This is from Rajendran Gopinath. Mr. Singh.
Right. So we do provide expert assistance and property search, site visits, and home loan and we provide transparency and commitment, and that too at a zero brokerage to all customers. So here I answer this question that we don't charge a single penny to our customers. All our services are complimentary to help those find their dream property.
Thank you. That is good news for Mr. Gopinath. Uh, my next question is for you, Mr. Yadav. How do you update home buyers about construction status?
Yep.
This is a question we've received from Shastri Srigiri. I might also want to club this question for you. What is the project completion timeline and do you expect any delay? Which is a question from Shekhar Narayanan.
Okay. Yeah, let me answer your first question. You recently launched our refurbished website. Please log on to our website, indies.co.in. I mean, you can find a host of data. We have got a lot of compliments from various stakeholders. It has created quite a buzz. You will get to know each and everything. I mean, you can equip yourself with a lot of information before you actually talk to any of our executives. It's about the location and what is the kind of material which we use and the construction in detail. I mean, with schematic diagrams and all. And we do post the construction updates, live construction updates on the website. So it is there for everybody to see. Apart from that, when you purchase an apartment, I mean, when you become our customer service team also keeps sending information every month. They'll give you, the project updates. They'll be sending it to you directly by way of WhatsApp or email. Otherwise, it is available on the public domain on our website. And what was the other question?
This is a question coming in from Mr. Narayanan who's asking what is the project completion timeline and do you expect any delay?
We have as I mentioned, I mean, if Mr. Narayanan were to have listened to me right from the beginning, see, in this, as a philosophy, we outsource the construction to the best. I mean, we think that is not our core competency. So, uh, our projects are being done by the reputed names like L&T, Tata's, and JMC. So that's the reason during our 10 years of journey, we have never faltered on timelines. We have delivered unless until something has really come up. I mean, I think I should say, in all fairness, 95% of the time we have delivered on time. If there would have been delays, it could be some months, 1 or 2 months here and there. And now we are, all of the industry has lost about 1.5 to 2 months of time because of COVID. And now also the construction work is not going at 100%, the progress which it has to be done. In this sense, I think the things are going to improve. As I've again said, the workers are coming back and all. By the time things stabilize, normalize, and we have 80 to 90% of the workforce working, it will take another month or two. So in the bargain, we would have lost about, say, 2 to 3 months of work. So that will be, if at all there is a deviation, that will be the kind of deviation from the timelines which you are talking about. Otherwise, we keep having our meetings with the construction companies. We have outsourced this. They have assured us. I mean, for example, Viva City, it is 2.5 years from now. So 2.5 years is a long time. Then I'm very sure they'll cover up whatever this small gap of 2 months or 3 months is there. But some tower I'm supposed to hand it over in December. See tower of OneCity. It might suffer a delay of a month or two, not more than that.
Thank you. Well, we've come to the close of this webinar. We'll wind this up for lack of time with a closing statement from all our panelists, beginning with you, Mr. Yadav.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I actually thank each one of you for having taken your time and listened patiently to us. And I think one particular question must be there in each one of us, our minds. And since we are from the industry, let me play the role of a consultant or an advisor. Again, as I'm saying, I've been in this industry for the last 12 years or so. As far as Hyderabad is concerned, I see, I mean, this is the right time to invest because there aren't many ready to move in properties available at this point in time. And the launches will be also put on hold for another couple of months till everything stabilizes. And the new launches which are going to happen surely will be launched at a higher price for the simple reason it is not anything, it is not speculation or whatsoever. As I said, there are two major components for an apartment. One is the land, and other is a cost of construction. The land has appreciated phenomenally, and any new project which is going to be launched, the land would have been purchased during the last 6 months or 1 year after the price hike in land. And also the cost of construction, which I had explained previously, it's going to see an increase across the country by at least some 10 to 15%. So the new projects which are going to get launched, including, I mean, if I were to launch any project in the month of December also, including mine project, so they'll be launched at higher prices. So if somebody has asked a question, yes, this is the right time to buy. And as I had said, there is also a price protection for you. So that is only to validate and reconfirm to you that you are making a wise decision and you will not have any regrets or I mean, in fact, you'll be too happy that you have made a decision. And we are all here to help you and guide you with any questions that you can get on to. You can speak to channel partners, PropTiger, or and any further specific questions. I'm sure Mr. Singh will guide the customer to ask sales officers. You're all available at a phone call. We have the sales managers like Abhilash sitting at each of the project site primarily to handle the customers. And wish you the best of luck and hope that you'll make the wise decision. Thanks again for your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Yadav. Mr. Indrakanti?
Ms. Yadav has covered, majority of concerns. I will only, suggest two things. One is, as PropTiger mentioned aptly and correctly, please invest only in well-planned homes. It's important. It's hard-earned money. It's a dream home which you're looking at as a customer. I think it is very important to invest in a very well-planned home. Along with that, also please do some due diligence before you buy a home. It is important to understand the developer's pedigree, their reputation, their credibility, and their deliverable commitment. So I would suggest to look at putting your money into grade A, B, and probably C category developers. It is very important because times are very difficult. We all know the cash flows will determine the completion of project. Mr. Yadav rightly pointed it out and mentioned it in the beginning of the conversation that companies like Indus, organization like us, has deep pockets. When I say deep pockets, we have got fund houses backing us. Fund house like Brookfield, fund house like Pyramid, fund house like IDFC. These fund houses are backing us. And even in the difficult times and even in the challenging times, we will not find or face much of cash flow issues or cash revenue issues. And hence we would be able to construct, deliver as promised. So as a consumer, it is very important to also look at this element, not just to get enticed with the price. What is the point in just getting the price and not getting your dream home? It's important we get both. We have to look at getting the best price, and I'm sure PropTiger will help you in getting your dream home at a best price. And also, it is important that you get your home as well along with the price. These are two things which I thought I should share, and I thank PropTiger for giving us this opportunity and to interact with our customers and prospective buyers. And I only wish good luck to PropTiger as well as our customers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Indrakanti. Abhilash, any closing remarks from your side?
So I'm just happy to have participated in this webinar, and I'd like to request all the prospective buyers who have participated in this webinar visit our respective sites and then make a decision accordingly. We are always there and happy to support.
Thank you. Mr. Singh.
Right. See, most of the concern these days people are having about like, oh, what is the right time to invest or not. I think Ravi sir and Yadav sir have already answered these things. I would just like to focus on two major factors which would be driving customers to invest in real estate. One is the sense of security that physical assets provide during such exigencies. We all have seen what is the kind of migration things are happening, and COVID-19 has somehow changed the way people are thinking now. As we all know that real estate is the only real thing. Real estate is best asset class for investment, and undoubtedly physical assets render highest sense of security, especially during situations like COVID-19 or when stock markets plumbers to new low and financial markets witness a turmoil. So this is one of the major factor which I think people will be like driving factor for customers to invest. Second major factor is this lower home loan interest rate. This is the all-time low ever we have seen in past 15 years. Home loan interest rates are currently at 7.15 or 7%, which is eventually going to cut down the overall cost of a property. So if you look at these two major factors, I didn't think this is real estate is going to be driving ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think these are the major things, and I think this is the right time to invest. And as said by Ajay sir, the cost of construction cost and all these things are going to on a higher side. We all have seen a price increase of 25 to 30% in the raw material cost. So I don't think there would be a price down coming up in Hyderabad, looking at the kind of demand and supply equilibrium maintained here, and also this. Uh, I think the price will somehow remain the same or might inflate to 10% in a couple of months.
Thank you. Thank you, panelists, for being with us today and answering the queries. We have received a lot of queries. Unfortunately, some of them are unanswered, but for viewers like that, they can always access the recording that will be on our social media handle. Thank you for joining us on Project Talk on a weekend. We hope to have answered some of your queries today. Should you have any more questions, our representatives will get back to you individually. You could use our social media handles to drop in your queries. Till yet another episode of Project Talk, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.